What is up, you guys? If red is the color of fast aggressive decks, then Sanji is red manifest. Red Sanji is a 5-life, 5,000 power leader with the ability to give rush to any 8 cost or lower character that does not have an on-play effect. Let's take a closer look into that. We will want to focus on cards that have effects that activate when attacking or on KO. Wapol is a fantastic card that has an effect to reduce an opponent's character's power by 2,000 to make him gain 2,000 as well. This is extremely useful for getting over pesky characters your opponent has, but he also becomes a massive body, and his 2,000 power boost sticks around until the end of your opponent's turn. This makes him much more likely to stick around. Another great part is that even if you're attacking life, you can reduce a random character to still give yourself a boost. Another character with a really useful when attacking effect is the 4-cost Brook. If he has a Dawn card on him, he can lower 2 opposing characters by 2,000 power. This, along with Wapol, are important cards for controlling your opponent's field and curtailing their progress in building their board. On-KO effects have the utility of dissuading your opponent from attacking your characters, or at least punishing them when they do. The 4-cost Usopp is a really underrated card, able to pop an opponent's character with 5,000 original power. Blockers are going to be an important source of defense for your opponent, and often you're trying to defeat them moments before they defeat you. Usopp will either survive and be another free attack, or when he's popped or attacked over, you can remove a blocker, freeing up one of your own attacks. Also, other aggressive and swarm decks like Zoro with Chopper can be a challenge for this deck, so this gives you the counters you need to combat them. The 3-cost Sanji is one of the most universal red cards printed in the last few sets. It gains 3,000 power on your turn, and draws you a card when your opponent runs over it. The real reason it's so useful is that it's one of the cheapest 6k swings in the game with Rush, for just 3 Dawn. The 3-cost Zoro is the same way, just requiring 1 more Dawn to swing for 7,000. However, he'll keep his boost during your opponent's turn, being a 6k body that will be difficult for them to remove. Probably the greatest card your opponent will not expect is a 2-cost 2k Sanji. This guy is a 2 Dawn, 7,000 power rush for the low price of taking your own life card. Since your opponent will be so focused on your own characters, this is really useful for replenishing your hand besides just the unexpected pressure. Going first in this deck is definitely strongest, so you can attack as soon as possible. However, I think it's usually best not to swing with a character on your 3 Dawn turn. It is much better to set up a 3-cost Zoro ideally, or even a 3-cost Sanji, and keep it active. Your opponent will always be focused on attacking your characters, so even with 5 life, you'll be keeping most of it for a while. By not attacking with a character, you both build up your board, making it harder to knock down as the game goes on, but you also get key hand advantage that you otherwise lose when being forced to counter out. If you like the cheap rush cards like Sanji and Zoro, then you should also look at the 2-cost Luffy and 3-cost Brook. I used to play these before I focused more on power reduction and board control. You can also play these Nico Robins to pop, but I find I can never get them off. Gum Gum Mole Pistol will be your most consistent removal, and for only 4 Dawn, it's quite convenient. It's another reason why the low-cost rushers are so important, so you can make combos like these. One last thing to note about this list is that Diable Jambe and this 2-cost Sanji can auto-win you the game if your opponent takes their last life card and has less than like 6 or 7 cards in their hand. I can't tell you the amount of games I've won by stacking 9 Dawn onto my leader, or 8 Dawn onto a Luffy or Zoro. I'm a huge fan of the Revolutionary Army cards, and they are generic enough to just barely work. I don't think it's as strong as the Straw Hat build, but it is super fun. The 5-cost Ivankov has an on-play effect, but the character he plays will not, so you can give that one rush. That one may get attacked over, but you'll still have Ivankov on your field for extra pressure. Unfortunately, there aren't enough good Revo Army type cards that are generic enough to use, but in the future I really think that this is the direction the deck will move. The new 6-cost Dragon and 2-cost Ivankovs work really well, helping you keep your characters on the field, which is what Sanji struggles the most with. Red Sanji is in the 3rd rotation block, so this deck will be around for a while, and I'll definitely be playing it until it gets banned. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe while you're at it, it really helps out the channel. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.